couple months ago, before I started this coursework, I had absolutely no knowledge on the subject media itself, let alone on the technology aspect to construct our opening sequence. However, I have learned a lot about the technology that we used, and I have to say that it's not as easy as it looks like, and it takes much more time, and there are just so much more other factors involved which affect the quality of filming, which is so important as our media product is an opening sequence. Firstly, the only equipment we used to film was just the camera. However, when looking back, we realised how awful the camera filming was actually, because it was so shaky. This is a mistake we made because we didn't bring along the tripod. So then when we did the next day of full shooting, we remembered to take the tripod. This enabled us to get loads of different shots, camera angles and shots while keeping the camera steady. Whilst talking about the camera work, another aspect which I really did not think would be a problem would be the time that we're shooting, which is at night. However, as A-level, we don't have the facilities to hire expensive equipment, so we can't film at night, as we tried at 5 o'clock on a winter's day in January, and it was just so bad, the quality, and you couldn't see anything. So therefore, we spoke to our teachers about it, and they said, well, you're going to have to just film at normal time. So we did it at 3 p.m. and then just edit it, and that's what we did. And at first we were a bit apprehensive, like whether it actually worked or not, but it actually did, and I think we've done quite well considering what we had an idea that it would be easy to just film at night, but then to editing it on iMovie, which was quite difficult, but we got there in the end with the team of Epiphany Productions. I found the general shooting quite a challenge because it was just a whole new chapter, and I learned that rushing it is so not a good idea, and that planning is actually key to making the best opening sequence. If I was to do this project again, I think I'd initially practice with the camera before we actually go and shoot, so to make sure that I'm comfortable with the camera, like I know what I'm doing, to have more knowledge, therefore I can be more confident when we do actually go on the shooting. And I think there's a reason why every teacher says don't leave it till last minute. Although we didn't leave it till last minute, but because we did so many times of shooting where it just went completely wrong, I just think, well, we should have planned it and then it shouldn't have gone like that. And we also learned with the camera shooting that sometimes simplicity is just as effective as with so much going on the shots. For example, with the extreme close-up of the protagonist Hannah, of her eyes watering, and so you can just see the emotion, and I think it gives it so much more emotion and depth than rather her saying or how she feels. So yeah. But whilst talking about technology, another aspect which has helped construct our media product was Web 0.20. This covers all things social media, such as our Twitter account, which we made right at the beginning to interact with our potential target audience. However, the response wasn't anything we were dreaming of due to the unpopularity, and as compared to big thriller films such as like Inception or Shutter Island, their social media has millions compared to us, which was just a few people. However, this enabled us to publicise a hyperlink from polldaddy.com, where we created a survey and we got our potential target audience or people, users on social media of our Twitter, to answer them, where we got the majority of our ideas and we listened to what they wanted and then we used it. And we found that really helpful because although we had ideas, but between us we didn't really know what to do or what ideas to use and not to use, so this helped generalise or categorise what options we're going to. However, overall, I say that WordPress and YouTube were essential for constructing our opening sequence. WordPress in particular, as it showcases our journey from actually jumping into A-level media, creating our group, getting our name together, our welcoming videos, and then showing the progression with our preliminary task, and then with our ideas about our opening sequence, and then you can see the progression from when we first started to now where we are now. And although it might not be really good quality of our opening sequence, however, I do think, looking back at our preliminary task, we have made a massive improvements, which I'm quite happy about. And we therefore needed to rely on YouTube, where we could post all our rough cuts, all our final piece and the preliminary task as well, on the RHS Media account. But I think it's a benefit that YouTube has like 1 billion users each month and over 8,000 partners, so that you can get people watching our videos who might have just logged on by the adverts or other suggestions, which is, I think, is really good. So you're getting your potential target audience, but then you're also getting an audience that knows nothing about who you are also watching it, which I think is quite good. But I think overall, YouTube was the platform and was the most suitable platform to publish our opening sequence, to engage and notify possible audiences to then go and further watch the film once seen opening.